Welcome to Helen's take on moving around your codebase. Now, unlike my codebase here, IntelliJ Ideas Samples, your codebase is probably a lot bigger and a lot more complex. So it's useful to be able to move around the codebase using your keyboard shortcuts quickly and efficiently. So that's what I'm going to take you through today. Some shortcuts that will help you to move around your codebase, particularly the areas of your codebase that you're working in. So first up, one of the first shortcuts that I learned in IntelliJ IDEA is find recent files. So this is Command and E on a Mac or Control and E on Windows and Linux. So this will show you a list of your recent files. So if you've recently been there, they're going to appear in this dialog. You can use the same shortcut again, so Command and E for me again, and it's going to toggle that checkbox in the top right, show edited only. So you can clear or you can select that checkbox using the same shortcut if you want to. So that's find recent files. Very similar shortcut in that it's Command Shift and E or Control Shift and E on Windows will give you your recent locations. So again, if you're working with a really long class file and you're flicking between various methods within those files, recent locations will take you exactly where you were. So it's really useful, especially if you've got a much longer file that you're working with. And again, you can toggle it to show edited only with the same shortcut. I'm going to escape out of that. Right, other cool things to show you. Navigate to test. So let's use recent files again. This class I know has a test class, so I can use Command Shift and T, and it's going to take me to the test class. I can use the same shortcut again, and it's going to take me back to the class itself. If the class doesn't have a test class that IntelliJ IDEA can detect, it will prompt you and say, do you want to create a test class for this class? So even if there's not an existing test class, you can use Command Shift and T or Control Shift and T again to create one. Okay, so that's find files, find recent locations, navigate to test. Let's take a look at, moving back and forth between your code base. So again, you might only be working with a subset of files at any one time. So you can use Command and square left bracket to go back, or Control Alt and left arrow on Windows. Or you can use Command square right bracket or Control Alt right arrow on Windows to move yourself forward. So let's go back to this class. Okay, two more shortcuts that I really want to show you. Let's say you want to find where something is being used. So we can do that with Option and F7 on Mac or Alt and F7 on Windows. This is going to bring up the find dialog, and it's going to allow you to see where something is being used. So you can then navigate to it. I can press enter. It's going to take me to this usages of it. What if you want to navigate to the declaration? So you can use Command and B on Mac or Control and B on Windows to navigate to the implementation. So you're going at it from two different angles. So what have we covered? We have covered find recent files. So recent files, that is Command E or Control and E. Recent locations, Command Shift E or Control Shift E. We then took a look at navigate to test, which is Command Shift and T or Control Shift and T. We then took a look at moving backwards and forwards through your files. So Command and left to go left, Command and right bracket to go right, and Control Alt left arrow and right arrow if you're using Windows. We then took a look at find usages, so Option and F7 on Mac and Alt and F7 on Windows. And we also took a look at navigate to declaration, so Command and B or Control and B on Windows and Linux. So that's it. I hope that was useful. Have a go at those shortcuts yourself and see if it speeds you up when you're moving through your code base. Thanks for watching.